What do we do in life? We hear so much conversation about our passion, what we love, our calling, what we like to do. It seems rather complex because of all the roles we have for people in society, and it looks like when we are growing up, we had to pick one of those roles. And some kids dream of being doctors or policemen, and usually very high end or visibility jobs. Those are jobs. Do we have a duty? Do we have something that is instinctual, that is like, that's what I have to do? All the other beings in this universe seem to have them. A bird sings, it seems even to have a particular time of the day when it sings. It's rather amazing to hear birds coming in stages in the morning and stopping their singing also in stages later in the evening. I have been in places where the quietest birds start the earliest, even when it's dark, and then the louder birds come after and after. I was in a place where the parrots were so loud, but they didn't start their parroting until 9 a.m. and they finished early for all the other birds to do their songs. So the early bird doesn't get the worm, the early bird shares her song. And a bird procreates, a bird lays eggs and rears its progeny. A tree sets root and reaches for the sun, puts leaves out and transforms sunlight into flesh, into tree flesh. Sometimes it bears fruit, sometimes it hosts birds, sometimes it gives shade. And it does compete with other trees for the light, but it's all a game of making it better for everyone. But we as humans, we don't have a clear duty like that, do we? Actually, we have is a very destructive one because we evolved to be the top predator in the world, and as such, we took other species out. When we had limited technology, it was by cooling. We took the older members of a species, the sick members of a species, the slow ones. Then we got more and more sophisticated, and we didn't have that discrimination anymore, and we were very destructive with civilization to abandon cooling. So we did evolve to destroy, to take out other species, and or at the very least to grab roots and fruits and little creatures here and there, and as such, that was our duty. We also reproduced and competed for territory and went further and further in this search of territory. We came out of Africa and expanded in every direction from Central Asia until about 5,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago, we had gone to basically every corner of this planet. And then this model of nomadic life and hunting and gathering was unsustainable, and we transform ourselves by having civilizations, but in this process we never get civilized because we never redefine our role, our duty. And so ingrained in our genes, ingrained in our way of being, and even in our culture, by many of the cultural devices we created, we continue to be the top predator. Businesses many times are conducted in a very predatory manner. So what is our duty in this new world where we are over 7 billion people? Should we remain being predators and in that case take on each other and reduce our numbers? Because this is not sustainable, especially with the way of living that we have tried to have until this pandemic. Or should we switch? Should we switch from being predators to being protectors and being creators? What is our calling? What is our calling if in a society that stresses protection and creation? A passion is kind of hard to define. We know very well if we look back at what drove us as kids, what we enjoyed doing. I remember really, really enjoying playing, putting things together, making things happen, creating. I so loved drawing maps. It was so powerful to make a wiggly line, and there was a river, some cross-hatching, and there was a mountain range. I could create a continent on one page. Should I have become a cartographer or a drawer and create through drawing? I came later into life doing that. But there are many differences among what we like to do relentlessly, and I'm not talking about distractions. Playing a video game doesn't count unless it benefits somebody. And then there's our duty. Can we somehow manage to redefine duty for human beings and then find roles for everybody where we can do things we like doing, things we truly enjoy doing? I see people now for walks, women of 4 walks, sadly mostly women, going back to the sewing machines and making face masks to protect us from this virus that is out